He's a happy little boy. He had on a red long sleeve shirt, a pair of gray with black Rockaware sweatpants, and a white pair of sneakers. He didn't have no jacket or anything on.
The temperature here tonight is just about freezing.
He's probably cold right now.
This little boy is freezing tonight. A 4-year-old boy missing in Newburgh.
Corey Bird is currently being held on a parole violation. Charges from our department would include endangering the welfare of a child. He has an extensive criminal background, and part of the background does include violence.
You left your son alone with a man that has a history of beating a child. Why do you believe that he has nothing to do with the disappearance of this 4-year-old baby boy?
For one, he has a good relationship with Marc, and for a child, if he was being abused or whatever, he would not go to that person.
Honestly, I think there is some foul play involved.
Straight out to Rupa Mikulaneni, our producer on the story. Rupa, I understand that bloodhounds have been scouring the Hudson River. There was a report yesterday that one of the boy's shoes had been found. You know what? Take it from the top. How did the boy go missing?
Monday afternoon, about 1 o'clock or so, just a little bit after 1 o'clock, he called the police saying that the boy had gone missing, walked out the front door.
Who called police? Who, what,
Corey
where,
Bird.
why?
Corey Bird, the 30-year-old boyfriend of the mother who was babysitting the child. And he called police at 1 o'clock saying he was the only person at home that day taking care of the child who was apparently sick and did not go to pre-K that day. And he called the police and said that the child wandered out. He woke up and found, he either was sleeping, watching television, something, and he noticed the back alley door open, Nancy, and saw that the child was gone.
Okay. Michael Mazzarello is joining us from Newburgh, New York. He is there covering the story. Michael is the host of Street Court. Michael, what more do you know?
I spent about 3 hours with the mom today, Nancy. She is saying that the boyfriend has agreed and wants to take a lie detector test. She, too, has authorized the police if they want to give her a lie detector test, she would do it. She is in a lot of pain, anxiety. She's been crying, hysterical. I then spent a number of hours in the car.
Wait. Because when I had her on the show the other night, she wouldn't even look the camera straight on. She wasn't crying. She wasn't hysterical whatsoever.
Yeah, she's in shock, Nancy, as you could imagine. You have children. I have a 5-year-old. I live in this community 15 minutes away from where this child disappeared. And as the days and hours progress, the pain on her face is just immeasurable. She has a good group of family and friends staying with her.
Okay, right. I just was trying to find out any updates in the story. Michael Mazzarello is joining us, former prosecutor, now host of Street
Oh, you're
Court.
a bitch.
I want to go to Chief Eric Palilli, is the chief of police there in Newburgh, New York. Chief, did you know that the boyfriend, the live-in, agrees to take a polygraph?
Absolutely not. That is news to us. We were informed earlier on today by your producer that the mom was alleging that he had offered, that is, Corey Bird had offered earlier when he was first taken into custody here on Monday to take a polygraph, and he made that offer to the police officers. That is absolutely incorrect. If in the interim, since he has retained counsel, he has decided that he wishes to take a polygraph test, we would be more than willing to make those arrangements.
Thank you, Chief Palilli, for straightening that out. Michael Mazzarello, then how is it the mom is saying that they're begging police for a polygraph? The police haven't heard one peep from them.
Nancy, when I was interviewing the mother today, the sister of the boyfriend, Corey Bird, was also present. She had just come from the Orange County Jail where he is incarcerated. She informed me numerous times that he said that he's willing to take the test. I said, you need to go to the police immediately with this information and get it done. As Marc says all the time on your show, Nancy, eliminate the parents and get going and looking for this child. It's
Okay,
really
Michael,
cool.
let's talk about the now 12-year-old boy that was hospitalized when this same live-in, Corey Bird, allegedly performed the Heimlich maneuver on him, and his injuries were so severe he had to go to the hospital. Now, that was a while back, but what do you know about that?
Well, I know that he got incarcerated and was determined not to be responsible. The elder brother said that he was responsible. He was playing with his little brother. I do know that he was incarcerated in 2003 for an assault using a knife. He was paroled a month later. He got pinched for criminal sale of controlled substance. He was given 5.5 to 9 years. He served over 6 years, got out, and here we are now. It's really cold out, Nancy. We're about an hour and a half north of New York City. It's a small community, city of Newburgh. Very, very high crime rate. The police are doing a stand-up job. The sheriff is out. The cadaver dogs are out. There's police, state troopers, Orange County Sheriff's Department using all resources they can. It is very,
I'm going to
very
go back
cold.
to Rupa Mikulaneni, our producer on the story. Rupa, you gave me that story the other night about the live-in performing the Heimlich on the other little boy. But isn't it true, Rupa, that a careful reading of the hospital record shows that that little boy, the older brother of the missing 4-year-old, had prior child abuse, evidence of prior child abuse that they could see at the hospital? Yes, no.
Yes, Nancy, this is correct. When he took the child to the hospital, the 1-year-old, hospital staff noticed through x-rays that there were prior broken wrist, broken leg, injuries that had just barely healed.
Rupa, he had a fractured skull, broken ribs, a lacerated liver, and a lacerated spleen. Now, Dr. Jake Deutsch, does that normally happen when you perform the Heimlich maneuver?
No, obviously not. I mean, this is a procedure we teach lay people in order to help somebody who's choking. So removing a piece of food that's stuck in somebody's esophagus shouldn't cause injury to your liver and spleen, certainly not skull fractures and other broken bones. There are sometimes some side effects, but this reeks of child abuse and is absolutely a reportable crime and is unbelievable to me.
And this, the boyfriend, the live-in, with this history of abuse on her other son, is who she left the boy with. Bethany Marshall, no medical doctor can answer this.
No. She left her children with a malicious, noxious, angry, rageful child abuser who was beating the children while she was away. She must have felt that he was the only prize in the world, that he was more important than her own children. With women who form alliances with men like this, it's all about the love object. They do not care about their own children. And if I was Child Protective Services, I would be evaluating to see if she was ritually abusing the children along with the
I have
boyfriend.
no evidence that the mother has abused them. I have concrete evidence that the live-in had done so. Joe Lawless, Paul Batista, I'm at a loss about this little child. Weigh in.
Well, it's obviously hugely tragic, and everything points, I'm reluctant to say this as a defense lawyer, to Corey Bird's responsibility for it, and perhaps even the mother's responsibility for participating in this or aiding it.
Joe Lawless?
You need a license to drive a car. Any whack job can be a parent. To leave a child alone with someone with this record says to me it's a woman who shouldn't have a child.
Right now, the search is still on for this tiny boy, Marc Anthony Bookal, 3'5", 42 pounds, light-skinned. Take a look at him. The tip line, 800-FIND-KID, 800-346-3543. We'll be right back. But as we go to break, a very happy